Another month, another batch of PSVR2 games, and while this month is a little bit slow in terms of the amount of PSVR2 games we're getting, there are a couple of games on this list today that have piqued my interest for this month, and hopefully they'll pique yours as well. So without further ado, let's get into the best new PSVR2 games coming in April of 2024. Of course, this list isn't comprehensive to the full month, they never are because games are announced after this video comes out, so just keep an eye out for new releases on your regular channels like on Twitter, Reddit, etc. to see what's coming out when, because there are bound to be some that pop up after this video. So, let's get into it. Our first release comes relatively late into the month for our normal schedule of releases. On the 11th of April, we have a game that's been delayed a couple times, Mixture. It's a fantasy action-adventure in which two enemies in an alliance of necessity traverse barren worlds in a quest for redemption. In this dual character control game, you alternate between playing as the Master Alchemist and Exiled Knight in both first and third person perspectives. As an odd couple, you must platform, mix materials, cast and melee, solve puzzles, and defeat giant bosses to survive this atmospheric tale. It's looking like a lot of fun with the platforming. The dual character control is something that I don't really see often in VR in general, which seems very, very cool. Controlling two very different characters that have different movesets and abilities, exploring some very cool areas in different perspectives. And it's one I've had my eye on for a while since it got delayed, but hopefully this is the last release date we get for it on April 11th. Fast forward to the 18th, and we have the rest of the games coming on this exact day, aside from one which is unconfirmed. Now, Big Shots is a mech game, and finally, we've got a mech game on PSVR 2. This one follows the story of an experiment gone wrong that unleashes a relentless alien invasion. The Big Shots initiative is initiated to fight the invaders, and you are a rookie in this initiative. You become a big shot, you take on the pivotal role of an alien exterminator as you gear up, evolve your mech, and venture deeper into infested areas. You can play this solo, or you can play it cross-platform co-op with PCVR or Quest, which is awesome to see. So whether you want to play alone or with friends, the option's there. There's customization for your mech as well during your runs, as this is a roguelite, so if you're not a fan of those, maybe steer clear. But for me, Big Shots looks like a load of fun, and especially with the customization that you get through each run, I think is really, really promising and will give quite a lot of replay value. The movement here also offers a lot of mobility, so this will be a fast-paced and very fun game for all of us mech fans. On April 18th, we have Soul Covenant, a JRPG set in the near future where the world is under the control of an artificial intelligence known as Adam. This has assumed the role of God and has essentially set a horde of mech weapons to control the world and kill everybody who refuses to obey it. You play as an enhanced human known as an avatar, engaging in ferocious battles against them, and in the story you fight your way through hordes of enemies and colossal foes with transformable weapons and special abilities. Your main weapon, called a Scapegoat, has two different modes, allowing for versatile combat techniques, reach and power. I'm not usually a fan of the JRPG style of game, it just doesn't really appeal to me that much, but Soul Covenant does seem like quite an expansive and very out there game that, if done well, could be one of the more advanced games on the headset for this genre, so I'm definitely keeping an eye out for it. Again, that's on the 18th for Soul Covenant. And finally on this list, there's a game that I had no idea about. It's called Umangi Generation and is available on Steam and Switch at the moment, and it's a first-person photography game set in quite a bleak future. You play as a courier who carries a camera with you, and the main gameplay loop is taking photos as you go through your travels. As you do so, you'll unlock different lenses and equipment to help you out, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm really intrigued by this one. It's the perfect kind of game to be brought into VR, taking photos that are then saved as postcards in your photo collection on your PlayStation, which is awesome. And it's not just a game about taking photos on a surface level, it achieves a lot more than that from what I can see from all the reviews and from the gameplay here. The visuals especially express the culture, and also not only the culture of the setting, but of cameras too, which I'm a very big fan of. Your photos are judged on their color, content, and composition, and then you get a cash score, which will have a final payout based on what you take, which I think is a really inventive idea for a game like this. Not only that, but you can color grade your photos after the fact to make them look better than when you took them. And my favorite Steam review of this comes from a user called Sate, which says, think about Evangelion or Godzilla or Pacific Rim, but instead of piloting giant robots or a monster from outer space, you're just some schmuck minding your own business with a camera in a dystopian world. I've gone on about this game for a little while compared to the others, but I genuinely think it's one of the ones which might slip under the radar this month, and if it's done well, it could be one of the best, so I'm excited for it. Again, on March 18th, along with two of the other games on this list. And finally, at some point this month, we have SkyCL. It touts itself as the ultimate virtual reality platforming game, embarking on an exhilarating journey through the skies of various captivating worlds, all while defying gravity and confronting daring challenges. It also offers a multiplayer mode where you can test your skills against 5 other players in a championship. Not only that, there's a builder mode where you can create your very own levels, so I'm really excited for this. A load of content with 65 dev-made levels, plus the builder mode, plus multiplayer, plus customization for your own hero. It's not to be disregarded for its stylized presentation. I think this could be really fun, and one for players who maybe like games like Stilt, which I heard was very, very good. So at some point, hopefully in April, they've said that should be coming. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Are there any games on this list you're excited for? Are there any that you didn't know about before and weren't excited for but are now? Please do let me know. Thank you to our patrons Luke Bentley, Phil Irving, Hazit Mirza, and Ace Gamer. Your guys' donations help to keep the channel going day after day and month after month, and I appreciate you greatly. If you want to join the Patreon or YouTube memberships, the links are in the description below. Thank you for watching once again, and I hope to see you all in the next video.